You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pace Radio Show. We are live here on the network's YouTube channel as well as on Facebook. I'm Al Graham, and joining me as usual on the other side of the screen, if I get it right, nope, this way, is Tamara. Very, very, very busy Tamara Cartwright.
I made it on time, Al.
You made it on time, you sure did. Tamara was racing home from work to get home in order to be able to do tonight's broadcast. And she has to go right back to work, right?
Yeah, so we're going to cut that. Well, it's not technically work. This is like the fundraising for my Ukraine society. So right. I worked on the books till 2. And then I raced home to take care of Taven, do some stuff for Taven. Then I had another meeting at 4 for a garden club tour that we're doing fundraising at on the 10th of July. And then race back to help ladies, get together because we're making borscht for Friday. And then here I am.
There you are. There you are. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, instead of getting into our usual chit chat before we bring in our guests, why don't we just get right to doing that? You want to introduce her?
Let's introduce Ajia Mae Moon, who is back out of retirement for a July 1st event. And there she is. She's back.
Hi.
How you doing, Ray?
So I'm talking to you guys from
the first one to welcome her back because she's been my bestie for forever. So yeah, I get to be the first one to say she's back. Look who's back. Shady's back again. Woohoo!
Right, and I'm going with the hashtag that I'm back and I'm bringing Snak.
I'm back and I'm bringing Snak.
So we have 2 very special guests that are coming to Cannabis Day in Vancouver on Sunset Beach, and that's on July 1st. And we have Snak the Ripper and Mercules who are coming to do our 420 show. And we have $8,000 worth of merchandise and gear and weed to give away.
Nice.
So it's going to be a fun event. We also have Essie Thomas coming out. She's an Australian artist that did our Mom Cups back in 2017 and 18. She's also very famous around the Nimbin community for performing there as well. And now in California, since she's moved down there and has been touring the state and getting pretty popular down there as well. So it's going to be a great lineup. We also have A Tattoo Co. coming out. They're going to tattoo me during one of my blocks. That'll be fun. And we'll see how well I can keep talking while having that done. Kind of like a spin-off of Off-Road Tattoo with Henry Rollins, but it will be stone tattooing with Mae Moon.
That's right.
But other than that, I'm back. I'm actually just putting 3 happy cats back together. However, it won't be a dispensary this time. You'll be able to get everything but weed. So anything from bongs, pipes, hats, t-shirts, whatever you're looking for. Other than that, I'm just prepping for Cannabis Day, and here we are.
Nice.
And besides being, full-time mom, which you've been doing for the last, Fox is 2 almost.
He is 1.5, and I've got 5 kids at home, so it's a lot of work, that's for sure. And then having all those kids and trying to roll 2,000 joints has been quite the challenge, but it's finally done. That's the cool thing that we're doing for the Cannabis Day this year. 420 Vancouver is actually presenting it, which is pretty awesome. But we have 500 dupe tubes with a 1 gram joint of AAA premium weed hidden all around the grounds. And there is 10 golden tickets. 2 of them are super special golden tickets. And you can bring them up to the sponsor area and meet Snak the Ripper and get your prize. And inside the bags is somewhere between $100 and $300 worth of merchandise and swag and hats and weed. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
that sounds like a great event. So where is this located at? Sunset Beach in Vancouver, right?
Yeah, so that's 1204 Beach.
Nope.
My screen just went black there. That was strange. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
So we're down at the beach, and we're doing it from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. However, we have talked to the city. We got to come a lot earlier to set up. So we're going to be there the night before, getting everything ready for you guys. But once the grounds are open, it's fair game to the scavenger hunt. There's a bake walk, which also has like a $3,000 value on stuff being given out. And then, of course, there's 420 where we're giving out tons of stuff. And and in between that, we have artists, and then we have some guest speakers that are coming out. So we have some people coming out from California, Nova Scotia, and the island. One of them is actually pretty famous out here. Her name is Michelle Sikora. She does a really cool dispensary, and she's still kind of on the underground. She's been fighting the system the whole time, and she's coming out to speak for us. And she's bringing some of her treats with us. So I think she's currently in a court battle dealing with them. So I believe she's just bringing some treats to give away. So don't get too excited, guys. But of course, she'll be there to talk to, which is super amazing. And Dennis has come out from California, which is pretty fun. He does POW 420. He's been kind of my sidekick for a lot of projects. So he's back as well to help work with me. And then we have another guest from Nova Scotia, which is Cindy Howell. She's kind of in the now right now. She's got her own little show going on, and I believe that will be there at the event as well. And then we have a young man from Saskatoon named Sterling, who's the 420 professor, and he's going to come out and tell us some jokes and also speak for us and help us host. And I'm really looking forward to seeing all these guys on the grounds. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah. So how many people are you expecting? Because it's pre-sale tickets. Can you just show up? Like how do you?
Oh, it's so weird, guys. I can't hear a word you're saying.
Oh, really? We can hear you.
Can you hear? Unhit your mute button. Your button.
I'm laughing and smiling because I can't hear anything.
Oh.
Let's see if we can fix this.
Okay. Hopefully she can.
Technical challenge is she's going to go in her car and use her Bluetooth.
I wonder if that's maybe what's happened. She got close enough to her vehicle that it took over.
That happens to me if I have my Bluetooth on and I go to do a video, talk to somebody, it'll go to my car.
Nope, no headphones. Still no sound.
Turn on your car.
Should I disconnect and try and call back? How does this work when you lose sound?
Yeah, try that.
Okay.
All right. Mae Moon will be back. Whatever. You know, that's what happens,
technical challenge, and she'll say it's because my phone's old. I got no phone, and she does. Her phone's a few years old, and she's like, has issues with her phone often. So, but her computer's older and would have had worse problems with it. Our priority when you have kids, getting new phones and getting new computers are not on your priority list.
Yeah, well, she mentioned she's got 5 of them in the house.
From 1.5 to 16. Majority 16 now. So she's got ages from 1 to 16. Yep.
All right. I can hear you guys again.
Yay. All right, good stuff.
Perfect.
So I said, do you need tickets to this event, or
gotta love those technical difficulties, guys?
Yeah, yes, we do. We love them. Tamara's,
I think what happened
Tamara's
is I moved too far away from my internet connection, and then it tried using my phone.
Oh, okay.
Let's find some stable ground in this moon house of mine. I have all of my children home, so they're pretty loud. That's why I escaped outside.
That's why I'm outside.
That's why Tamara's outside, and she's only got 1 home. Never mind 5.
Yeah, I got 1, but I've got also the 10 dogs. So
10 dogs. Yes.
I got quails. You don't hear the quails. They're all right here. I can reach out and touch the birds, but you don't hear them. The ones outside are louder than the other ones.
Oh, you don't hear them whatsoever.
No.
All right. There you go. Okay, are you settled in?
Wow, it's really wild. It's really quiet, but that's okay. I think I got this.
All right. Then you can still hear us.
I can. It's just super quiet.
Too quiet. Too quiet. So Tamara was asking you for people to go to this Cannabis Day event. Do they just show up, or is there a ticket?
Yeah, it's completely free for everyone to attend. Just show up anytime between 10 a.m. Of course, we're closing at 10 p.m. So if you show up then, the party's over. But yeah, just come on down, enjoy yourself. There's water. There's also like things available for sale as well. If you want snacks, drinks, people have cannabis for sale. People have edibles for sale. However, all the sales have to be for people that are 19 or older. So sorry, kids, you got to wait until you're old enough.
Right.
Yeah.
And how many people do you expect?
That's a good question, because we just announced today that Mercules is coming. So those numbers, I'm sure, are going to change.
Yeah, and you never really know.
Yeah, I don't actually really know. To be fair, between Snak and Mercules, I think that's going to draw at least 4,000 or 5,000 people just from that. We have over 172 vendors that are attending. They're bringing friends as well, and then we have a team of 40 volunteers. And I'm expecting there to be like say 8, maybe 9,000.
170.
I would expect 10 or 20,000.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll see how good this gets.
Sometimes it's good to expect a low number and then get a massive turnout, than to expect a massive turnout and then just get smaller numbers. But you got all those vendors. That's a lot of vendors. A lot of people would have been promoting this. I would think that,
I'm going to try a crazy experiment, guys. I'm going to see if I can borrow Ed's phone, and maybe it is better than mine. Let's see if we can do this magic.
And they keep it out. It was.
Hey, Ed, I need to borrow your phone so that I can be on this amazing show. I know, it's the horrors of being one of the fathers of my children.
Yeah, he only ordered one.
I know, he only ordered one, and somehow he ended up with all these other kids. So guys, we've got everybody here that's a guest that's flown out for the event. Almost like the cup. It feels like a cup because we have so many goodie bags. Actually, I'll give you guys a chance to see all this. It's crazy. Hold on, Atlas.
Yeah.
Paper.
And this is just a quarter of the stuff. I mean, we've got all the shirts, and then we got like bags and bags of like lighters and rolling papers, and then we have constant like bags of like pre-rolls, and these are all pre-rolls as well. We've got everything from Flawless to ICC to Bubbakins. We got West Coast. We have Medtainer and Boveda Canada. It's a pretty good collection. And
so this is in Vancouver, folks.
Okay, we're gonna try getting this link onto the other phone so that I can hear you guys properly. I think this is how we're gonna do this.
Oh, hear us properly. Doing all right.
As you can see, I have a super full house between all the kids and all the guest speakers and those that are helping out with the event. I have one of my volunteers here. It's pretty fun. Okay, I'm gonna go black on the screen for a second so I can try and get this program to work properly. So just give me a second.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds like an amazing event, though. Good party going on.
There we go. Just move her off the screen.
Well, we went to Mom Cup a few years ago. Her second event, and it was a good time too, and it was a lot of people as well, not 10,000 people, but it was packed. And Essie Thomas played, and we had Rita, Mike Rita was the comedian that was there. It just throws a really good party. She really does. So if you're
crystal clear. Sorry about that, I guess it's time to upgrade that phone.
There you go, you're back. We got you. Yes.
Oh, while we're here in my room, this is some of the weird, wild art I do on the side. It's not all cannabis, but I do exotic art. These are done with people's body parts, which is kind of fun. I use everything from hands to like the good parts. I have a heart on the wall that's done with someone's bum. They're quite fantastic. We're going for a little wander around the property. Oh, this is too funny. My superpower is ADHD, by the way, guys, for all those listening.
Yeah.
Now I don't remember where I put my my secondary keys. That's too funny. All right, let's go on a hunt for the keys.
We're going outside. We're going for a tour here.
Yeah, right. We're going for a tour. we've got people that are coming out from the island, which I mentioned, but there's additional people coming from the island and they're on their way here, which is quite fun.
She's got all kinds of crazy stuff going on all the time.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
And she's taking time out to talk to us. On
Well,
top of all.
I guess we've lost the key, guys. We'll just have to
Good
live
to
with
know
the fact
what
we
she's
lost the
doing
key.
too, right? Because there's people that will be watching and like might not have known that she was doing this because they're not on, So
Yeah.
That's true. I've been kind of like, basically, I decided to just retire from this and just not do it anymore. And I came back to 420 and realized my time wasn't over. And I actually recently got a delegate seat with the BCNDP for Forward. And I got to learn quite a bit when I was out in the Okanagan. And yeah, that definitely reinforced the whole idea that my time is not done. So yeah, I just kind of came back and yeah, I'm doing it.
Well, just so you know, you got the phone at this certain angle that you're catching the sun behind you, and it's creating a glow, like an aurora around you every once
Is
in a
it?
while. Yeah.
We live in Brookswood. It's hard times here sometimes. There we go. It's mostly just the 5 kids. My youngest, he's 1.5, and he just threw my cell phone down the stairs about 8 days ago.
Oh
And
shit.
it didn't just go down the first flight; like it went all the way to the bottom. It was like an epic throw. It was really well done.
Wow.
Oh, do you have a case on it?
Yeah, and it seemed to have hit the phone in every spot the case does not cover it.
Yeah.
Right, that's the way it works, right? But
Yeah,
it looks
unfortunately, it
like this
does.
one here also is in the same state of affairs. We just got to live with it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Vacuum packs it off, seal them, put it in the refrigerator.
So we
Somebody eat all fresh.
Oh, there's Dennis. You can hear
Yeah,
him.
Dennis is here.
Right? So anything else going on? Like what else you're saying you're reviving Happy Cat, so that's gonna be what, just like a bong store, merch store kind of thing. Are you looking at getting into the legal market?
No, I mean that's as legal as it gets for me. I suspect. One thing I have done, which I don't think anyone's done before me, is I've gone to the city of Vancouver and I've applied for a permit for next year's 420. And they've given us the sanction to go ahead with this year's Cannabis Day. And I should have a permit shortly for 420 next year and for Cannabis Day next year. So that's a pretty good step in the right direction, because I think that's the first time ever where it's actually like permitted, proper channels are connected. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that.
So
Yeah,
did the city did the city give you? Well, obviously they're going to allow you to go ahead with it, but did they throw any roadblocks in your way that you had to?
Oh, many roadblocks. Kind of an understatement, to be quite honest with you. But after it was all said and done, we kind of came to an agreement and compromised, and we've come up with a plan that works for both sides. So I'm happy with how it went down.
Yeah. And like you said, you got 40 volunteers, and it takes volunteers to run things, to do these
It does,
things.
and without them, we don't have a protest. So I'm really thankful that teams come together and that they're going to be there super early and get everything where it needs to be. We also have a safety team. We also have a medic team. And of course, we have a security team, just because we have some pretty big names that are coming up.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll be able to access the concert from both the English Bay and the Sunset Beach side. So if you come in from either side, you just have to kind of meet somewhere in the middle.
Now, I've attended some pretty big rallies in Toronto for the Global Marijuana March and the 420. And at one time, they used to get a permit and they were allowed to have bathrooms. And then the city stopped giving them the permits and the bathrooms stopped arriving.
So we have access to the bathrooms this year through the city, which is really nice. However, we have to clean them up when we're done and put it back to the way it was, which is completely understandable. They've given us access to the whole beach, and they are doing some construction down there. So we just don't have access to the spots that are gated off for construction. But other than that, they've given us the access to the beach and have been pretty cool with letting us go through with this.
Good. Because that can always be a problem.
Yes, and I will
Yeah.
say that they did want to have it somewhere else, and they did insist on it. But we did come to terms, and we moved. We were actually at the art gallery. They wanted somewhere else, and we moved to Sunset Beach.
Now it's been there in the past, hasn't it? At the beach,
420 has been at the
or was
beach.
that the 420?
Yeah, correct. So normally Cannabis Day is done at Thornton Park. There's actually a protest at Thornton Park this year as well. They're running the same hours. It's done by a different crew, obviously, but we've got 2 protests happening. I think they're almost like 20 or 25 minutes apart from each other. There is another one, and forgive me, I should remember this info, but it is in Surrey, BC, which is also fairly close to us. And then there seems to be one in almost every province, which is really exciting to see the whole
Yes.
country kind of get together and start doing this. Actually, there's a young woman, I guess she's about the same age as me, but April Wells is out in Nova Scotia, and she's doing a Cannabis Day as well out there. And they've got kind of a similar hippie vibe. When I say that, they're giving out papers and they're giving out joints and
Right.
doing all the fun things that we should be doing on Cannabis Day, which is sharing. So that's
Yeah.
really
Yeah, we used to have one in Peterborough Cannabis Day that was run by Wayne Matheson, who owns the Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, who's a sponsor here on the network. And yeah, it was the same thing. It was more of a celebration style thing where there was a few vendors, no 172 or anything like that, but they would have music there, have band play or DJ play.
Yeah,
So it
so
was
we
always,
definitely have some DJs that are coming. We also have DJ Remy Brand from 91.5 FM, which is the Beat here in Vancouver. He's quite a young, talented artist. So we've got a little bit of everything because, Essie Thomas is kind of like folk, kind of rock. And then
yeah.
we go from that to like DJ and like kind of like the top kind of music to more of like the indie and then some like top artists and like the rap. So we've definitely got an eclectic taste for everyone to enjoy. So it's kind of like the mellow morning followed by a more exciting evening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Essie's a
because
past
that's
guest.
fun, right?
Yeah, Essie's a past guest here on the Pace Radio Show.
Oh, wonderful. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she arrives tomorrow, which is super exciting.
Nice. What were you saying, Tamara?
I don't know.
I thought I heard you start to say something, and I stepped in.
That's okay. I just thinking about something and I've lost
And
it.
then just like, yeah, it's
It was
fine.
like
I've been
gone.
smoking joint after joint after joint. Like I don't even know where I am right now. I'm kidding. I'm on my balcony, but definitely the
Yeah.
weed has been
I'm
really
like,
good. It's
I've
been
been
really fun
working my
for me.
ass off all day. I'm like, so yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot what I was saying.
Some of our sponsors are incredible. We have 420 Maps.
who
We have
got?
Golden Coast. We have Bubba Kings that have come out. We have Flawless. We have Golden Dreams. Geez, there's so many. ICC. We have Medtainer Boveda Canada.
Very nice.
There's OG Extracts. How could I forget those guys? They're so awesome. They were the first guys to actually come up and be like, we're going to sponsor your event. I'm like, really? And they're like, yes, we're doing this. And I was like, perfect. So we first started this idea. It was a little bit of an experiment. Like, should we do this? Is there enough interest? And sure enough, there was. And there's one other person that for some reason I'm missing them. And I'm feeling pretty bad about that. It'll come to me, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, it will. It'll
West
come to you.
Coast and East Coast stoners. There we go. So they've done all
There
of
you
our
go.
shirts at cost. We have East
Nice.
Coast and West Coast mixed shirts. They're beautiful. We've got like a rainbow, basically everything from like yellow, teal, blue, purple, and I've gotten a nice collection of different sizes. So there's something there for everybody. But all of the
Yep.
volunteers are getting a shirt. And all of our scavenger hunt winners are getting a shirt in their giant pack of goodies, which is kind of ridiculous. There's medtainers and ounces of weed, and there is grams of shatter. Turp Fire, there we go. Turp Fire has sponsored the sauce and stuff going inside the special pack, so they're also one of our sponsors. I was pretty excited.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost you.
With the Flawless.
We
Good,
lost
you're
you
back.
there for a minute. You're
Yeah,
back
we
now.
lost you just for a second, but we got the terps. We got the terps in.
Yeah, so Turp
Perfect.
Fire is coming, and they're putting in some of their special stuff inside the pack, so they'll be able to win Turp Fire, Flawless, and Gold Dreams.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
for sure.
awesome.
Yeah, when you get support like that from the business community, it helps with those prizes that everybody enjoys and is it helps make things successful.
Yeah, exactly, and that's kind of been our hashtag is East and West Coast Unite. Apologies, I'm getting a phone call, so I've just hit ignore.
Okay.
Also had the Highway and Skunk Magazine come in and make all of our banners for us as well from Quebec. So it's
Nice.
definitely been like and also the interior as well, because we've got some guys coming up from Saskatoon. It's been really fun because it's like a BC event, but all of Canada's coming to pitch in, a little bit of the US too. So I'm really impressed. I kind of just put out like a couple feelers, like, what are we doing, guys? And enough people have come by or had me come and grab some stuff. It's been cool.
Yeah,
When
that's
did
awesome.
when did you start with those couple feelers? Because like these things take more than just a day or two or an hour or two in order
This is
to
like
do,
from
right?
April. She started this
April
shit in April.
21st.
Started this in April 21st. Boy, you got a lot of work. You got a lot of work done in that amount of time.
I will say there's an amazing team. Vital Growth is also, there's so many sponsors, but Vital Growth came forth first and was like, we're doing this. And I was like, okay. And then OG Extracts was in there. And then they called their friends and their friends called their friends. And now we have no more booths or anything left. We're just going to have a good time now.
Wow. Yeah, that's fantastic. Basically sold out vending spots at 172 booths at that. Like you're in a good situation in a way where we've been dealing with this COVID situation for 2 years, and now people really want to get out. We haven't had any cannabis events. Like I know, like I sent out a message today, Tamara, as you saw. Like we're looking at 3 events to cover over the next few weeks, and
That's great to hear people are getting out and starting to see each other again. And, a lot of people have been just growing some great weed while they've been sitting and waiting for COVID. So it's time to smoke it,
Yeah, and it's
Right?
good to have
You can't tell us we
events.
can't give it away. You can't be able to sell it, but you're not selling it. You're giving it away.
We're giving it away.
Exactly.
I have nothing for sale, but I have $8,000 worth of merchandise and product and weed and what have you to give to everyone. Yeah. I can't give you more than 28 grams worth of flour, but it's in there.
You can give them 30.
You can give them 30.
Can you?
Yes.
Yeah, 30. Yeah,
is that
30
like a dare? Put 2 more grams in each one of those packs?
No, you can.
It's
legally give them 30.
I have actually 100 pre-rolls. And this is a member of the zoo. This is Atlas Moon.
Hi, Atlas.
I'm on the phone,
Hi,
sweetie.
Atlas.
Eat the lettuce.
My other daughter's chasing away. She's going, shh, shh. It's a madhouse here. I appreciate you taking me as a guest, given it's always a madhouse at my place. What was I going to say there? Oh, right. I have Moon Rock joints from ICC, which is an amazing extract company. And I have them. They're 1.5 grams each. So we just pop one of those and like maybe a half gram of weed in the container. And that's good. 30 grams.
They're good. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. All
so
right.
the dare will be your challenge is being met. They're going to get the Moon Rock joints.
There you go. Pop it up.
Go.
I wanted each pack to have the maximum amount of marijuana you could give somebody.
30 grams. It's 30 grams.
It's 30 grams? Oh,
Yeah.
30
I thought it was 28. So like I said, challenge accepted. I will make them 30 grams.
Yeah. The new ounce is 30 grams instead of 28. They got some fancy measuring going on.
That's like a baker's dozen, right?
Time. Yeah, exactly.
Throw
Get
an
extra 2 grams in
it might not be good. So, you better have a couple extra.
I guess so. I like it. That sounds great, actually.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. It's time for us to take a break. Commercial time. Time to pay some bills. All right. When we return, Tamara and I will continue our talk with our guest, Ajia Mae Moon. This is Pace Radio Show. We are live here on the Pace Radio Network's YouTube channel as well as on our Facebook pages. See you in about, 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.
Who has huge buds? You do. If you shop at BMA Hydroponics, attend one of BMA's educational seminars and learn the secrets of growing, harvesting, processing, and consuming quality cannabis and cannabis products. Learn how to make better extracts, edibles, and medicinal creams at prices you can afford. Visit BMA Hydroponics at 404 Maitland Drive, Belleville, or call 613-967-9888.
The only way to go.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Pace Radio is the people advocating cannabis education radio network.
Did you know that the Pace Radio Network isn't just a radio network? That's right, because most, but not all of our programming is now done via video and is then podcasted at paceradio.net. So if you want to watch our programming, you'll find us on the Pace Radio Network's Facebook page, plus the show's own page, and you'll find us live on the network's YouTube channel. And don't forget, you can find it all, video and audio, at paceradio.net.
At Legacy 420, we believe in being different.
Experience the difference of quality control.
Our labs provide tested formulations for all of our products.
Experience the difference in trust.
Our customers can trust that we are following up-to-date COVID precautions for their safety.
Experience the difference in accessibility.
We're open 7 days a week. Please visit our website, legacy420.com, or contact us for curbside pickup as well as nationwide mail order shipping.
Legacy 420 values overall wellness.
Come and experience the difference of Legacy 420.
CP operates a medicinal cannabis signing clinic. If you want to grow your own medicinal cannabis and are located anywhere in Canada, then I'd like to suggest that you give them a call. They can be reached at 1-613-967-9888. That's 1-613-967-9888, and grow on with CP.
Catch the Reefer Reporters Mondays and Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, live here on the Pace Radio Network.
A doctor's job is to relieve your pains. And when it comes to growing cannabis, the biggest pain is trimming. Let Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions take the pain away. Whether you're a home grower or a commercial operation, we have the cure. From 4 plants to 400 plants, garden size doesn't matter. Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions comes to you with years of experience and professional discreet service. It's simple. We trim your weed and we do a damn good job. Visit drbuckcts.com to book your trimming.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Hello and welcome back. You're watching or listening to the Pace Radio Show. We're live here on our YouTube and Facebook pages. Plus, don't forget, if you missed the live show, you can always catch them afterwards as a podcast at paceradio.net. Today in the program, Tamara and I are joined by our guest, cannabis advocate Ajia Mae Moon, who has been quiet for the last 4 years, has been broken that silence by bringing in Cannabis Day to Vancouver. Right?
That's correct. Cannabis Day. Like I said, like this is amazing. 172 vendors. Like that's just like,
yeah,
that's great. Oops. You know, like it's been so quiet. Like, you know, I was saying like COVID and stuff, and there's been no events, but now, you know, we have no reason to be quiet. Like it's legal, right? You can
yeah, and it's kind of interesting because right now in BC, for some reason, the Cannabis Application Board is closed. So you can't even apply to own a store right now. You have to buy one off someone else or wait. So people are like, oh, the weed's free. I'm like, well, kind of not. I kind of looked into it just out of curiosity, and the response I got was pretty bad. I'm not impressed. I'm not sure what it's like on the other side of the country or the rest of Canada, but a lot of the systems are closed.
Yeah, here in Ontario, they keep spitting out the more and more stores constantly. We're somewhere around 1,600 stores here in the province.
Wow, that is amazing though, that we've gone from having nothing to all that, but it's just sad what process we had to go through to get to this. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Like, you know, like I said, there's some good aspects to it and bad aspects to it. Like, I mean, the regulation is a little
and that's why
over.
I popped back in the political ring, because there's some stuff I feel that needs to be changed, and there's only one really good way of doing it. I mean, you're in politics as well, Tamara. I mean, you're a liberal, which I completely respect, and I mean, you must know that the only way to truly change something is through like
From the
policy
inside,
and law reform,
right?
And
You
I
have
mean,
to do it.
and protesting is part of the equation, but
Absolutely.
the law reform is the most important.
Yep. But, you know, going and sitting and talking to your MP is a huge issue, you know, thing too. Like, to actually sit across the desk from somebody and change their mind and give them the opportunity to, you know, talk to you and have a, you know, an educated conversation about it. It's way, you know, in aspects of that, and going to conventions like you just finished doing in the Okanagan. You were just at the NDP convention as a delegate.
The Ford convention,
these are things that have to be done if you want to change anything. And I hate to say that, but if you don't go from the inside, you're never going to get any change done. So you have to be that person that everybody goes, oh my God, is that you? Yeah, you have to sometimes, you know, be involved, get involved, speak out. But you have to speak to the right people that are going to listen. Because you're blowing your ass into the wind, you know, isn't making that person that can actually help you change things listen, right?
Well, I'm sure bringing that many people to the beach with those kind of artists and then showing up at the political ring again, someone's going to notice.
Right. And that's what you
I'm
have
not sure what kind of attention I'm going to get, but someone's definitely going to notice. That's for sure.
Right. Right. But that's the thing, like the, you know, the concerns of the people that they're taking our money from. And I'm not disputing the fact that, you know, they're making a lot of money off of GST and PST. And that's not a bad thing. Everybody goes, well, I don't want to pay the income tax. I don't want to pay taxes. But you like the hospital that you have to go to if you're sick. And you like driving down that road, and you like crossing that bridge, you like taking that ferry and that bus, and, you know, having schools for your kids to be educated in, but you don't want to pay any taxes. So I understand that, you know, people get really disgruntled about the fact that they take so much of your paycheck. I get that. I've got one now. And I get money taken off my paycheck, and I don't want to lose that money either. But again, if we don't take that little bit of, like, that little chunk off, you know, how are we going to fix our roads? How are we going to have highways to drive on? How are we going to have, like, you know, climate effects and change and anything that we can, you know, look into? Our police forces and our firefighters. You know, when these wildfires start in BC, who's paying that money? The provincial government, which is coming from our pockets. It's coming from the federal government, from our taxes. So as much as we hate wanting to pay these taxes, and the cannabis industry has raised $5.5 billion in tax gross into the general coffers. Why, when you know, everybody goes, oh, Trudeau says it's going to balance itself, but the cannabis will balance it for him. So whenever he's bitching about money and how much money you're putting into daycare and, you know, pharmacare and all this stuff, where's the money coming from? And you know what I say to people? Thank cannabis. Because that's how I feel about it. Like, all that money, because 75% goes back to the province, and it's not all going into law enforcement. It's just not. People want to blow, it's going to these special, you know, criminal units. It's really not. It's going into coffers.
Talking about law enforcement, when it comes to your event, were you required by the city to have the police around the place?
No, but we have been working with the Vancouver Police Department. In fact, they're the ones that got us to stand our ground at staying at the beach. We had been asked for a safety plan, and we provided one that met up and was above their expectations for a safety plan. And so the police felt that we were prepared to have our protest, and they called the city on our behalf. And then the city talked to us and said, we're going to let you guys do it.
Wow.
So I'm pretty proud of my team. I mean, it's not just me, it's all of 420 Vancouver and the committee. But yeah, it took a lot of work, calling a lot of people, showing up at offices at, you know, strange times, opening 6, 7 a.m. and just asking really nicely, and then coming up with alternate plans that, you know, was going to work for everyone.
Right.
Right.
So do you figure you're going to need, like, traffic control, or do you have, like, what do you got all planned? You got security, you got medics, you said you got everything. You think you got all your I's dotted, your T's crossed, and here's
basically,
and it's a go, and you start setting up tomorrow. See, I'm doing an event too, but it's not cannabis related, so I'm setting up tomorrow too. So I feel
the city's biggest concern was the grass. I don't know if anyone remembers what Cypress Hill Cannabis Culture hosted 420 and 2019. It was an amazing event. However, there was an issue over the grass, and the city and Metro City Parks was like, our grass, please protect it. So they've actually erected a fence around their grass to ensure no one will destroy it, which is, at first we were a little kind of like, that sucks. But now we've come up with a safety plan and we're working around it, and they've given us access to Sunset Beach and English Bay. So I feel like everyone's winning, and we don't have to worry about the grass. But I mean, I think that's Cypress Hill. Like, how can you? That must have brought so many people. I can't imagine. I wasn't here for it, but I heard it brought thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So I mean, it was going to happen. But we actually have a landscaping company. Should any grass get damaged, they are to reseed it and put it back to the way it was. And that's Lucky Dog Landscaping. By the way, shout out to you guys. Thank you for taking that contract, knowing how complicated it could be. And I'll see you guys on the 1st. They're also doing our cleanup and our garbage disposal as well. They've taken on the whole project with their crew. And I'm really proud of them for just jumping through every hoop that the city asked them. At one point, they said, okay, we'll park the truck at the very top of the hill, and we will walk every individual bag, the entire 21 blocks there and back, and clean them out. And they were like, okay, this is getting stupid. And I'm like, exactly. Do you really need them to go that far? So they're going to give them parking right at the event. But they literally just were like, okay, we are Oompa Loompas. We will do what they say. And I was like, thanks, guys. And, luckily that's not what we have to do. But the fact that they are willing to do anything and everything the city asked of them, congratulations, guys. You've been the most fluid and coolest people that we've had to work with. So shout out again to Lucky Dog Landscaping. Yeah, it's been a fun adventure because, I mean, I haven't been around for a while. So when I went through my contacts, like I called some people and they're like, for instance, High Road Coffee. Oh, we don't do weed anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, we do coffee. And I'm like, okay. So they sent us out bags of coffee to give to our volunteers in the morning, and these containers so that we can make the coffee for them, which is super cool. But a lot of people are like, yeah, we have one friend, I'm not going to say who they are, but they do exotic pets now. They do nothing about weed. They do terrariums and all this other stuff. So it was just kind of fun to see what people are doing now. And
hey, I'm working in a bakery.
Right? So you're working in a bakery. I'm actually a process server on the side. How weird is that?
You're right.
That is my side gig. That's what I do for a living, is I serve paperwork. It's a fun gig. And no one expects me to show up to serve you paperwork, right? So
no.
Right?
Exactly.
You've been served. Want to join?
Well, we're called the Peaceful Process Server. We actually include all reply paperwork, legal aid information, and anything and everything that they could need to be able to move further. Some people, of course, are not very happy when getting that, but most people have been super grateful to get the whole package given to them once, and a bit of a helping hand to get through the process. So it's been fun. And I mean, after COVID hit, all the courtrooms were closed, and all of a sudden there was an influx of all of those things that needed to be done. And it's also a fun insight as well into the rest of the world, because I get to see stuff that normal people wouldn't. And definitely a good insight to how the court system works, because I'm at the courthouses every week, picking up new forms or whatever I need to do, or drop off affidavits. And yeah, it's kind of fun also to see the other side of the law, because I've always been just like, selling weed and running from the cops, as opposed to like saying, oh, good morning, I have more paperwork.
Well, you're working within the system. A
lot of them are definitely thrown off when I show up, though, because now that the masks are come off, like you can go into the courthouse without the mask, so they see all the piercings and the fangs and all that now. We've been talking for the last 2 years, and this is what you look like. Like, yeah, man, hi, nice to meet you. I've always got the hat on. Tamara's like, what's up with the hat? First off, I haven't dyed my hair in forever, and I have a giant moon tattoo on my head. I go like this, like a process server. It's gone. Some chick in a hat. It's perfect. I'm sure I've just blown my cover, but
that's the
could
whole
be where
point of it.
some pot smoking hippies coming to serve you. Oh no, the horror.
Oh, no.
Right?
Yeah.
Here she comes.
On the line of pot smoking hippies, I have 2 very special kits to give out to your listeners. I don't know how you guys want to do that, but I would just need a mailing address, and that would be that. If they want a shirt, I just need a size. But I have 2, I believe they're yellow kits to give away on your radio station. So you just tell me if they answer a special question, or you're just going to pick someone randomly. It's totally up to you.
Awesome. Thank you. That'd be awesome.
All right. Well, Tamara and I, we'll get together and talk about how we want to give them away.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm sure people will appreciate that because we don't often, like, I mean, it's something we just, like, it's been so kind of like, do you ask people for stuff? Like, is anybody sponsoring anything anymore? Because I haven't been like actively asking anybody for sponsorship for quite a while, right?
Yeah, that was a pretty wild series of phone calls. Like, where have you been for 4 years? Lions Bay, watching the rainfall. Like, where have you been? Want to have a big pot protest?
Right?
Sounds like a good plan. Here we go.
Right? You know, it's good because you know what? That's the thing. Like, when it calls you, right? And sometimes people just need a bit of a break, sit back, reevaluate, get their shit together. You know, and life sometimes throws people a curveball. And well, you know, had a few curveballs thrown at you, but now you're back. And things are looking up, and you know, to do this great event is some, you know, stepping point into something greater, I'm sure. And hopefully you get your dang, you know, writing back so, you know, this broke joke can write again. I always like doing that. So yeah, but again, like I said, it's been, you know, sometimes everybody needs that bit of a break, and you know, to kind of reevaluate, and things are going to open up. Legalization now is, you know, 4 years old, getting 4 years old. It's going to open up. Like I'm just waiting for them to say it's okay to make infused food.
Right. And that's why I went back into politics, because there's some stuff that if they don't change it soon, I need to change it myself. And even if I have to like fall on my face a couple times and keep trying, that's my plan. That's what we did with the harm reduction program back in 2011. Went back as far as 2008 when it started. And we had to piggyback it off of another policy in order to put it through. But I mean, we got it through, and I'm determined this time to make sure that the loose ends with cannabis are fixed, because there's some of the laws where I'm just like, how the illegal? How is that illegal? It was so dumb.
There was one article that I seen online there today that was talking about a company that had their freezies rejected by Health Canada. It sounds like they had a whole pile of them in production and the whole bit, and for some reason, out of the left hand side of the corner, they got rejected, and they're just, you know, obviously they're really upset. But part of the excuse was that the flavor, they said the flavor itself was something that would be too attractive to the kids. And then they're pointing out, well, you know, this other item has got the same flavor. How come it's being sold? But apparently freezies are a problem. They're too close to what kids like.
That makes no sense, because you can get alcoholic freezies. You can get alcoholic drinks and they're frozen. You can get slushies that are alcoholic. You can get alcoholic chocolate. Like, come on,
you get them in a container. You can get them in a container just like you can any other drink.
No, things have, like I said, like when it comes to the edibles, like infused foods, anything having to do with, you know, edibles, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so and also the edibles that they do have, they're like 5 milligrams, 10 milligrams. I'm like, it's missing a zero, guys.
1-to-1 means nothing. A 1-to-1. You got a 7-7 1-to-1. That still means nothing to nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Our sponsor, Legacy 420, they have their own production line, and they have their own products and stuff like that. And they came out with some shooters that were only 10 milligram in probably about a 30 milligram 30 milliliter shooter. And you know, people started to say, well, you know, 10 milligrams, you know, why aren't they stronger? And sure enough, I saw a picture by them saying 100 milligram shooters test trials. So they're looking at doing 100 milligram shooters, which would be nice instead of having to drink.
We'll see.
A full
I don't know. I just bought
But this
some
is Legacy
black market stuff.
420,
They were
Asia. This is
600
like,
milligrams for a pack of Skittles. Like, that's up my alley.
yeah.
600 milligrams. That's a good time.
Yeah, but these are like Tenanga is like on the reservation, right? So they're doing their own thing. They don't have to follow what the legal regulations are. Right? So Legacy 420 has their own lab and their own production site and everything there, but they're on the res. So they can do whatever they want. And they are. And that's why this stuff is being produced is on the res.
It's over a 10,000 square foot building that they've got. Full lab facilities. Like you're talking like $1 million just in some testing.
It's an amazing facility. Like I've only seen it on video.
They have
but I'd love to see it in
they're
person.
connected to Loyalist College in Belleville. There's universities out of Toronto that come and do tours at their place. So yeah,
I'm just gonna sneak up to Amy. She traveled quite a bit to get here too. Sorry, I've got all these guests from all over the place, but this is Amy, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, she's one of our very special volunteers. It's taken quite a bit of organization to get everyone to the beach at 4:20 in the morning because there's no buses, there's no transit.
No, I guess not.
Oh, wow. How far are you away? Quite a ways?
I live an hour and 15 minutes away from the beach.
Oh, hope you can do it all in one trip.
No, I'm going to take 3 trips tomorrow, and then I get to go back on the
and
1st.
You got to be there at 4:20 in the morning, and it's an hour and 15 trip, so you're leaving at 3.
I'm actually cheating. We put out an APB for people living in the area, so a bunch of people are hosting others that aren't from the area, and like we're sharing people's living rooms and homes, which is super awesome. A lot of these people already know each other, so they've just kind of like, oh, okay, cool, linking up. And then there's a couple of them where they didn't know anybody, and they're sharing like a hotel room, and they've all gotten to meet each other and have dinner or what have you. So they're all linked up and ready to go. There's a couple people staying at home that are sort of in the area, but we've managed to get enough drivers together to make sure that our entire team is there on time.
Good.
It's
Not
like a
networking.
Not like a mom cup. Mom cup, you get up, the stage, everything is ready to go. You get up, you have to do it all from scratch, and it's not like 100, 200 attendees and 1,000 people online. It's 8,000 in person. I'm excited.
Yeah.
More excited.
I bet you are. And this is your first one, so you'll find things in here that maybe didn't work, or maybe you didn't like the way it turned out, or just because you want to improve something, that you'll be looking at changes for the forthcoming events.
Yeah, so the one thing I didn't like was being moved. I didn't like having to argue my point. Not that I didn't have a good argument, and certainly, providing a proper safety plan and everything swayed everyone to go forward with the beach. But the one thing I didn't like was that, and what my plan is to do about that. As I said, I've gone ahead to start the steps to get a permit, so that the following year there's no moving around. There are some stipulations to get it permitted, and I totally understand that. And it's really not going to change much, except for the crowd size needs to be more predicted. But we can just use past events to be able to judge the sizing. And of course, 420 is a lot bigger than Cannabis Day. And then given the kind of Cannabis Day we were throwing this year, we're going to try and match that again for next year. And of course, for 420, we are going to try and top what we're doing this year. So we're just going to have some fun. And like I said, I'm back with Snak. And yeah, I'm super excited.
Back with a big explosion. Wow.
Yeah,
coming
a big event.
Coming back with a bang.
Yes.
That's the moon. She's back with a bang.
Exactly.
Well, I hate
All
to
right,
say
we're
this,
almost.
guys, but I've got to wrap out because I've got.
Yeah, exactly. So let's do the let's do the shit.
Have a winner or something, just you have 2 parcels, so you just send me the addresses that are to go to, and we will do all the shipping and everything for you. And thank you for having me on your show and allowing my zoo to continue in the background as we do it. I look forward to seeing you guys again.
Where can people find out? Do you have a Facebook page or anything on the July 1st festivity?
At the Vancouver 420 Classic, or you can add myself, Ajia Mae Moon, to Facebook. I will say I just got 3 Happy Cats back, so it is not up online yet. But in the next couple of weeks, you can go to 3happycats.biz, and everything except for pot is available. And if you're coming to the festival, there's tons of free weed, and there's lots of other people there that do sell weed. So if you need some.
All right, super.
All
Good
right.
to know.
So that's in Vancouver on Friday, guys. So if you're in Vancouver on Friday, if you're not, get to Vancouver by Friday. Get that car drive.
That's right. All right, you've got to fly, Tamara, so we'll let you
do,
go.
I'm sorry, but thanks for coming on, and I will talk to everybody again next week. But yeah, we're doing an event here in Cranbrook too on July 1st, but it's for.
All right. Just a reminder that Tamara and I will be back next week, next Wednesday, with our special guest. We're found on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and thanks to our sponsors, BMA Hydroponics, Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions, Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, as well as BMA Hydroponics. I got a Lifestyle Shop, Dr. Bucks. I think I got them all. Other than that, thanks, Ajia Mae Moon, for coming on to the program and telling us all about Cannabis Day. We really appreciate it.
Awesome. All right. Have a good night.
Thank you all, and
good night.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.